How's it going, you guys? Welcome back to a new Most Amazing Top 10 video. I'm Landon. So most people who get sentenced to jail, they have made a stupid mistake or they deserve to pay for their actions. However, not everyone sentenced to jail deserves the punishment that they receive from a judge, or that the jurors decided on. Sometimes the judge tries to get creative with their sentences, so let's take a look right here at the top 10 dumbest prison sentences. Starting us off with dumb at number 10 with overdue library book sentencing. This person right here, Lori Teal, checked out a Twilight book from her local library, and no, her bad taste in the books wasn't the reason for her sentencing. Well, she forgot to return the book that she had checked out 2 years ago, and she racked up a staggering bill of $36 in fines. I mean, it's not a lot of money to go to jail for. She refused to pay for the late fee, and because of that, she was handcuffed and taken to jail where she had to stay overnight.
No more books.
Well, it doesn't matter how long you stay, you're now a convict, you're a criminal. Sentenced to jail for sending her children to the wrong school district comes in at number 9. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on here. A mother who didn't live in the best neighborhood decided to send her children to the neighboring school district that has a way better school system. Technically, the mother didn't lie and put their father's address on the application because they were living there, part-time. However, once the school found out that the children weren't living at the address full-time, they contacted the authorities. The mother was sentenced to serve 10 days in jail for sending her kids to a nicer school. I mean, give this mother a reward for the mother of the year. So I guess she should have sent them to like a crappy school then, because she would have avoided jail time. What kind of sentencing is this? I don't know. Getting arrested, and at number 8, we have the man who is ordered to get a job. A 25-year-old man from Spain took his parents to court demanding that they pay him a monthly allowance of 400 euros. And that's a lot of money in Canadian. That's like $800, $900. He took them to court because they refused to financially support him unless he tried to find a job.
Oh my god. They took my job!
Well, the judge didn't like this very much because he ruled against him and sentenced him to leave his parents' house within 30 days and ordered him to get a job. I mean, you know what? Good job, judge. Go out there and just go get a job. Stop milking off your parents. Now at number 7 is a man who was sentenced to 3 days in jail for sending a friend request on Facebook. A man named Jacob Jock was on the jury for an auto negligence case, and he did do something really stupid. He sent a friend request to the defendant, who was a young attractive female, but I mean, come on, what are you doing? This is one big mess up, but maybe he got a date after this one. You're supposed to be neutral. You're not supposed to be, hitting them up on Facebook. You can't be hitting on the defendant. I mean, get some common sense. He was obviously removed from the jury, but the judge decided to take things to the extreme. He also sentenced him to jail for 3 days. Maybe that will smarten him up. This seems a little bit too excessive though. I mean, 3 days for a friend request? I don't know. Number 6 brings us to another Facebook crime. A woman was jailed for not deleting her Facebook account. Paula Asher was originally convicted of driving under the influence. After her sentencing, she went onto Facebook and she posted this: "My dumb got a DUI and I hit a car, LOL." Now obviously she deserved to go to jail for that. This aggravated the judge so much that he ordered her to delete her personal Facebook account. I mean, I didn't know you can do that. This is her personal life. When she failed to delete it, the judge ordered her to go to jail for 2 days. This just seems like a violation of her free speech. You're probably breaking so many constitutions. I didn't know writing stupid posts on Facebook was a crime. I better just delete my whole account because man, my whole Facebook is probably just full of stupidness. Halfway there, and at number 5 is a man who got 3 life sentences. Oh my god, what did this guy do? Now, I know you're thinking he must have really done a horrible crime. He killed like a lot of people. Well, not exactly. Clarence Aaron was sentenced to prison back in 1993 at the age of 23 years old for being involved in a drug deal. He wasn't the seller or the buyer. All he did was introduce the 2 men who were actually involved with the transaction. He didn't plead guilty because he didn't believe that he did anything wrong. Well, because of that, he received 3 life sentences. He was in college at the time and he didn't have a criminal record. I think the sentencing, it just went way too far. What do you guys think? Coming into number 4 is a teenager who was sentenced to listen to 20 hours of classical music. I mean, oh my goodness, that is one of the harshest crimes ever. Andrew Vactor was potentially facing a $150 fine, which is no big deal, but the classical music? I mean, this can't be real life right now. However, a judge offered to reduce the fine to just $35. He had to listen to classical music by Bach, Beethoven, and Chopin. I don't know about you guys, but don't reduce my fine. I'm paying full price because I'm not listening to classical music. So the reason why this guy was in trouble was because he was listening to rap music in his car very loudly. So you know what? Trade the rap music for classical music and let's call it a day. Apparently this was supposed to be a lesson showing him how it felt to listen to music that he didn't enjoy. Because he probably annoyed everyone else with his rap music. And yeah, he only lasted 15 minutes. Number 3, we have 2 teenagers who made an of themselves. Back in 2003, 2 teenage friends stole and vandalized a statue of the baby Jesus that was in a nativity scene at a church. A judge sentenced them to walk around town with a donkey and a sign that said, "Sorry for the jackass offense." Oh, and they also had to replace the statue, complete a drug and alcohol counseling, and serve 45 days in jail. Chained up at number 2 is a teenager who was sentenced to 10 years of church. Oh my, this is a harsh one. 10 years of church. This 17-year-old boy was convicted of first-degree manslaughter after a drunk driving incident that killed one of his friends. Instead of sentencing this young criminal to jail, a judge thought it was actually more appropriate to sentence him for 1 decade of attending church services. So every Sunday you gotta be in church. So in order to avoid going to prison, Tyler Elred must graduate from high school, graduate from welding school, take a drug and alcohol and nicotine test for a year. He must also wear a drug and alcohol bracelet, participate in victims impact panel, and attend church for the next 10 years. I mean, that is a whole lot, but that was a serious crime. And I mean, hey, you're not in jail. Finally, at number 1 spot is a woman who was sentenced to 5 Christmases in jail. A judge from Ohio sentenced a woman to spend the next 5 Christmases in jail. She was convicted of a driver's license scam that involved illegal immigrants, and now for the next 5 years, she will be incarcerated during Christmas time, but for the rest of the year, she's free. So just imagine you're just locked up for the holidays. After the holidays, you're a free person. Well, almost free. When she isn't in jail, she's on probation, and if she misses her jail time or violates her probation, she's gonna face 15 years in jail. So you better not, forget about Christmas. You gotta go to jail. You gotta just walk yourself to the front door every holiday. I know for some people, missing Christmas Day or Christmas dinner would be an ultimate form of punishment. But for this person, I mean, take the punishment or go to jail permanently for 15 years. At least you get the rest of the holiday. Just celebrate Christmas in summertime. Go to Australia. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.